So I think we'll move swiftly on now to Cristina, who's going to talk about the eBMS network and how that's developed over the Spring project. So Cristina, over to you now.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, later we will have a space for questions. So let's do now this share screen. Okay, can you see this? Yeah.
Yeah, we can see that. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. We are quite a lot of people, so I'm really happy. I thought this way of just every 1 hour is better than a long morning. So yeah, well, I'm going to explain similar what I did in Brussels in this last conference we have for reporting about the spring. But yeah, we wanted, maybe in case you didn't manage to join or you would like to ask later, to make an overview of what we approach with eBMS, especially because we have a specific task in the Spring project. So we was the task for expand European Butterfly Monitoring Scheme, so continue working on what we did previously. These were the aims that we determined for this task of eBMS, and well, we are really happy to say that we managed to get all of them. So we are really, yeah, successful with this this part of the project. We managed to get 27, all the EU 27 member states running a VMS, of course, in different levels, but there are transit in all these countries. As David was saying, we were trying to integrate eBMS on EU POMs. So we were working closely to trying to integrate the butterflies, of course, in the MVS. We work a lot on doing workshop training, field guides, and all these tools to help on the monitoring. I'm going to explain a little bit more. It's just kind of a summary of all the objectives. We updated the grassland butterfly indicator, and we also updated the central database of eBMS up to the data 2021. So I will go for all of these parts except for the grassland butterfly indicator, because David later is going to talk more in details about that. So I will skip just that part. But for the rest, yeah, I wanted to put you in context of how we started in the sprint. It was in 2021. We have, of course, many countries with a stable VMS in purple that you can see in this map, and also in orange the countries that we were mainly working during the ABLE project, and we managed to get the scheme running. But for this time, for spring, we were focused a lot on these 6 countries, that it was our remaining countries to reach all the EU members. So for that, I'm going to talk a lot about these countries, but of course, we also gave support to others. This is the current situation. So it's everything in purple, the majority. So the EU, there is at least one transect running on all these countries. So it's really great, but of course there are differences, between the different countries. The ones are more advanced, they have been for many, many years, and they have really good fundings, but of others has to work a little bit further and get a better situation, but we will go there. It's just question of time. So now I'm going to just focus a little bit on these different years during the spring, how we were doing it. The first year in 2021, we managed to get the first country in, Lithuania, running. Started really, really great with Gidrius and Egle. It was, maybe you remember that Lithuania started a few years ago also, but it was not possible, the VMS, and then this time it was really successful. A lot of people joining. We did a lot of things for supporting this scheme. We prepared a field guide, I think one of the fastest I created. Also, Egle was dedicated a lot on producing these butterflies, like infographic for volunteers, telling them what are the most common butterflies per month. So that is really helpful also for volunteers, but of course having regular meetings with them, to have like what we are doing today, online meetings also is not the best, but at least we are connected and we are working together and also meeting in person. And also in Lithuania, it was a great successful also the 50-minute count. So they are covering the whole country, a part of the transit that is really great, but they are going, enjoying a lot this method. A year later, in 2022, after working with all other countries, we managed to get 3 more countries involved. So I started with Latvia. At the moment, there are 4 transects running, all as a voluntary basis, because they have also a professional scheme running for several years. But with volunteers, we managed to get involved them, and then they have also meetings, regular online, and also a coordinator provided many materials, videos, and translated options. So that was really great for starting, and let's see if we can go a little bit further. For Romania, more or less similar. Also, there are a few transects there. At the moment, 3 reporting regular data. And we were working on materials to have everything translated. And we are in the progress of producing 3 different field guides for covering the whole country. Here you can see a meeting online that they did to promote the eBMS website and to explain to all the volunteers how to do it. And then if I move to Greece, at the moment there are 13 transects, so it's really great. And we are working a lot on sharing previous data to be able to include it in eBMS. And they also work a lot, these coordinators, on translation and producing materials and doing workshops. So then the last year of spring, we were getting there, more and more countries. Slovakia joined in the middle of the year. It was a really great surprise because we found Lucia, a nice coordinator, and now just for half a year, we got 5 transects running. So it's really great. And we work a lot on doing translation and having everything ready for the next butterfly season. By the way, we also produced the field guide quite fast for the volunteers, and we will try to print in soon. And then the last country to join the group was Denmark, also starting really, really great with more than 30 transects. There are a little bit of many sites being recorded there. We are also on the way of translating everything, having the field guides ready. And they did an annual volunteer meeting with all of them there, and it was a really great success. So finishing the year of 2023, we managed to get 6 important countries inside the group. So we are really grateful for that. But of course, we were working with many other countries also. So all our able countries in Italy, Spain, Hungary, Portugal, Cyprus. So we were really also giving workshops and training to continue further developing the scheme. And countries that has been running for really, really long schemes, like we were celebrating the 30 years of the Catalan BMS and also the 40 years of the Dutch BMS. So it's also important to continue supporting the others, and also coordinators that has been there for really long. So yeah, we were working for all. And well, I'm really proud of this. This graph is the number of transects that there are active inside of the eBMS website. That is not the complete database. No? So here you can see the new countries that are starting their own schemes and they are using eBMS platform, how the different transects are increasing every year, and how these projects, ABLE and later sprints, really help us to going up, to continue growing and joining more countries and more transects. So more than close to 700 transect recording and being actively counted every year. So this is a really, really great success. Another of the deliverables for spring, it was the update of the eBMS central database. Basically, the other BMS that they have their own platforms, they also share the data with Reto, as you know, and then updated this database. So we managed to do it for data up to 2021. And as I put you here some numbers, we are around 10,000 people with 60 million of counts in the 70s, many different BMS in 29 countries, 1 million of visits, and huge numbers. So really proud of this. So more countries will join later, of course, for all the recordings and they are doing on the website. And as you know, all this is important to do a comparison between countries and regions and produce the indicators. We were working a lot on the resources and support, so producing different field guides, workshops, and basically disseminating our results and feedback to the volunteers, quite important. And yeah, we can summarize it as a capacity building that we needed to support, of course, our coordinators, but all the whole network that is behind. We also work in the improvements of the eBMS tools. So as you know, the Butterfly Count app, we have been including several new functions and also improving previous ones. So because we get the feedback directly from the volunteers and from you, we were able to continue developing this. And well, I wanted to put you here specifically the method of 15-minute counts because yeah, it has been increasing so nicely all these years since we started with the tested, and well, you could see how much spread is in all these countries in Europe. But also we were trying to promote more also the moth monitoring that in 2 days, Chris Vansoy is going to talk more about that part, about moth data collection. But well, it was also integrated in the app and in the tools of eBMS, so that was also an important part for improvement. And just as a summary, I wanted just to put you this nice visual graph of the different achievements that we have been doing, because I think it's important to look back and say how much we approach, because it's incredible, the 27 member states with the running schemes, a lot of capacity building with training workshops, updating languages, 22, doing volunteer meetings, and more. It's difficult to calculate it, but how many transits has been created in spring? We think around 300 new transits, so that is really, really great. And we managed to get 6 new lovely coordinators that they are working so hard to create their own schemes and go further. So from the eBMS perspective, we are really happy with everything we achieved thanks to you and the support of the coordinators and volunteers. As a conclusion, I would like just to say how much of these challenges are overcame with the capacity on creating these new schemes. Basically, to have this European coordinator, we consider is one of the most important, to know what is happening everywhere, and of course trying to spend time on finding good coordinators that they are willing and they will get the support and work together for further development. With these new coordinators, as I mentioned before, trying to teach them, to tell them on what are the best places to go, how to find volunteers and provide resources. So it's much more cost effective and we will produce results soon, but it wouldn't be possible without their willingness. And well, we have, of course, still many remaining challenges. The main is the funding, how to continue growing. At the moment, we don't have any project, but we are working on trying to get more and financial support, especially for the different national schemes. How to retain volunteers, no? That is also important, because maybe they join 1 year, but to keep them for several years is a really big commitment, but it's possible and we are working on that. Continue increasing numbers in all member states and maybe also in other habitats. That is also difficult. And well, also we are collecting a lot of data that is so useful, and we need to continue pushing, no, to be able to use all that data and produce results and analysis to show the current situation for butterflies. And when looking ahead, we will try to continue using eBMS results and indicators to inform policy and implementation. We believe in providing this long term is our most important pillar. So we will continue supporting our coordinators. Even without the projects, we will continue doing it. Growing further. And when get awareness of what is need is pollinator recovery where butterflies are involved, and we are also pushing more on mods that I think is a really good approach. Yeah, and we need to involve more citizens, professionals, and government. So let's try to achieve this. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope it was useful. I tried to put all the collaborators, different coordinators. I hope I'm not missing any logo, but for sure, yes. But yeah, thank you so much for all of you being here, working with me for all this time. It was lovely, and yeah, we achieved so much. So thank you so much.